dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked. This nation will continue to be a pioneer in the new frontier of space.
Life is directed by Daniel Espinosa and stars Ryan Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal, and tells the story of a space expedition to find life beyond Earth. And this was a movie that I was beyond excited to see. For one, the trailer built up so much tension that I could not wait to see what this movie actually had to offer in its full form. And walking into this movie, I was so beyond excited because I had heard pretty good things. Obviously, it doesn't have the best score on a ton of movie critic sites, but I usually like to kind of steer away, and I like to form my own opinion, since I've liked movies in the past like Fantastic Four. There have been many movies that have just been critically panned that I have just loved. Not like this was critically panned, but it wasn't, you know, praised. And when I walked out of this theater, I was just in awe, because life starts off strong and it just doesn't stop. And it reminds me a lot of a movie that was released pretty much about a year ago, 10 Cloverfield Lane. And if you've seen my top 10 best movies of 2016, it was my #1 best. And that was because it had so much tension. It was so new, it was fresh, it didn't give away everything in the trailers. It had a kick-ass ending it was just such a great movie. And Life reminds me a lot of that. Obviously, Life does not have the same originality or the same balls that 10 Cloverfield Lane had, but it still is a fun popcorn thriller to go see. Does it bring a lot to the table? Yes. Are any of those things new? Not at all. Because most of the things that Life does has been done before. You know, the whole alien on the spaceship thing happened in, you know, Alien. The whole trapped in space, Gravity. It has happened a ton of times, but they just kind of combine all of these things into something new yet old. And this movie has a lot of smarts. The script is beyond amazing. The cast is so perfectly casted. It is a great chamber piece. And some of the sort of things that it has in the movie, it is very creative. It has very inventive scenes, and some of the scenes are very bloody. They're very, like, cringe, but in a good cringe. It's like bone snapping, disgusting. This movie has a ton of balls for going for rated R, even though it, you know, it doesn't have, you know, the same originality as a ton of other thrillers. It still goes rated R and has some awesome deaths. And there is one death where there's blood floating, and, you know, the body's just in the middle, and it was just a cinematographer's just wet dream, this movie. And the special effects, oh my god, I mean, when you're in space, you have to have, you know, a spaceship, you have to have, you know, shit crashing into other stuff. I mean, and the special effects for this movie were beyond amazing. You can tell that that's where most of the budget went, obviously the actors, because it has a very A-list cast, but the special effects were astonishing, they were dazzling, they were obviously something that we've seen before, but seeing it again isn't something bad. Even if the ending, like the very last like few seconds, sort of comes out, because what I like in a movie is when a movie just black. But this movie just slowly fades. And while I was fine with it, I just thought it'd be much well suited with the absolutely intense ending that it had to just go black. And that may just be me. That may just be me being a little stupid movie nerd, but I just thought it would have been a lot well suited, because the ending is something that you don't really see coming until right when you see it. You have a few ideas, but you don't expect them to actually execute it and actually do it. But I can totally believe it. Oh, damn it. From beginning to middle to end, Life is just so brutal. It is so gritty. It is all out amazing. Even if it doesn't bring that much to the table, the soundtrack is just so great. It has a few pauses that are a little odd, but it has so much going for it. It has this, and then when that doesn't work out, this. It has just a lot of things going for it, because it has such a great script that it just is unrelentless, and it is very good.
They created me. but they cannot control me.